How do I go about getting quality referrals? For example, if I speak to maybe an SDR, they're having dialing problems, things are a pain in the ass for them, but they know their manager's a bit iffy, it's a bit 50-50. That if I call the manager, it might be wasting my time. How
Mm.
do I go about, getting the information nicely so that if I was to call the manager, I have proper context. I don't need to name drop, but I can if I put a dart at the pane, it's gonna be like, oh wow, he knows what's going on.
Love that, mate. And yeah, sometimes when they give you the intel and you know it's not going to work with that dude, I've got a couple of tips and tricks. And I was actually doing it with a sales team last week. Team, can you see a slide that says tips and tricks on it? Quite simply, yeah. All right, cool. Let me go through it. So in terms of referrals, the one thing that I always do, man, is ask your current customers. So if you were to go on your website, go see Salesfinity's top customers, and then go speak to your head of CS or perhaps even Matt, and say, is there any way that we could have a chat with these people? Because they're existing customers and they're happy. And they say that 91% of customers or happy customers are willing to give a referral, but only 11% of salespeople ask for the referral. So perhaps if you, through your CS manager, could have a 10-minute chat with that person, you could either ask them on a call, why did you buy Salesfinity? What do you like about it? Do you know anybody in your network that could benefit from it the way that you are today? And in a similar vein, I would go look at their competitors and say, hey, working with your biggest competitor, would you like to see what Salesfinity does for you? So that's number one. Another one is ask your current prospect. So if a prospect isn't a fit or isn't ready, ask the following. Mohammed, I understand now isn't the right time, but is there someone else in your team or your network that might find this available? Who handles specific, I don't know, caller data or on your team? Would you be open to introducing us? Right? So again, I never see things as losing. You either win or you learn. You either win by booking the meeting or you learn the person that you need to go speak to go get it. Right? Uh, uh, Asking current customers if you've seen that they are using you, go look for 5 of their competitors or ask your current customers, would you be willing to give a referral or make an introduction to that person? Leverage LinkedIn and shared connections before calling, emailing a prospect. Check mutual connections. If I saw that you were connected to Matt Banks and I wasn't, I would ask, would you mind making a referral? Or Mohammed, if John Mason was in the company that you wanted to speak to, but then you saw Alex was connected to him, ask if you're able to make a connection with that person. But a really good tip to ask, because I get asked for referrals all the time on my LinkedIn, how well do you know that person? And a measure of success is, would you go for a drink with this person or would you have a catch up with this person? Like, what's the relationship like? I'm connected to 10,000 people on LinkedIn, but I don't know all of them. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I'm even connected to you. So it's a good question to ask, what's the relationship like as well?